The apartment was dark, air thick with fear. Maria, Jason, and Ellie crouched in the corner, their backs against the crumbling walls, eyes wide. They were trapped. Outside, the world was silent, too silent, but they knew the reason. Zombies. The creatures were drawn to noise. Even a whisper could bring them crashing through the walls. The survivors had learned this the hard way after a single cough had alerted the undead to their hiding spot. Now, the apartment was their prison. Maria's breath quickened as she glanced at the clock. 1 hour until dawn. The streets would soon be overrun again. They had to move before it was too late. Jason, always the quiet one, nervously tapped his fingers on the floor, eyes flicking to the door as though expecting it to open at any moment. Ellie, pale and trembling, clutched her arms tightly. "Stop," Maria hissed. "You're making noise." Jason froze, fear spreading across his face. Ellie pulled her knees to her chest, her breath shallow. They knew how easily even the smallest sound could be their end. Suddenly, a distant growl broke the silence. The three of them froze, their eyes met in pure terror. The growl wasn't close yet, but it was unmistakable. They were coming. Ellie's voice trembled. "What do we do now? How do we leave?" Maria scanned the room, but there was no plan. They couldn't escape without making noise. Another growl, much closer this time. The air felt thick, heavy. Ellie's sobs broke through the quiet. "I can't stay here. Shh," Jason whispered, grabbing her arm tightly, but his voice still rang too loudly in the silence. Then, a sharp crack. A floorboard under Jason's foot splintered. A moment of utter stillness followed. Then, the shuffle of footsteps low, heavy, growing closer. Maria's heart pounded in her chest. They had no choice. "The window," she whispered. "We run on 3. Jason and Ellie nodded, eyes wide with panic. They could hear the zombies outside now, their guttural moans echoing through the walls. 1. The growls grew louder. 2. Ellie squeezed her eyes shut. 3. They shot to their feet and ran toward the back window, but as Jason reached the ledge, a groan echoed behind them. A zombie's hand reached from the darkness, grazing Jason's arm. The sound was enough. The zombies were close. They were already inside. Maria screamed as the undead flooded the apartment. Jason didn't make it out. His cries were cut off by the overwhelming sound of gnashing teeth. Ellie and Maria, hearts racing, leaped from the window, landing in the alley below. They stumbled to their feet, gasping for air, but in the distance, they could still hear the zombies. The sounds would never stop, and neither would the fear.